Hey all, welcome back to Zenless Zone Zero. Today the update 1.5 dropped and with it came out Astra Yao. Now in this video I'm going to be doing my pulls for Astra Yao, and then I want to playtest her and I want to give you my initial thoughts on the character. I already have some thoughts, but I'll leave that to the end after I've experienced the character. This account that I'm on is not my main account. I had a day one account that is pretty strong by now, but I started this new account because, as you can probably tell by now, I like starting over. It's fun. I started this out back in the end of November, around the time Yanagi came out, because I wanted to build up a really powerful Miyabi team and keep going with then the free Aramasa. So in this account, I only have two teams built. I have the Miyabi team and I have Aramasa team. And it's not even like max level yet. I'm about to turn max level. In fact, I'm 49, I'm gonna turn 50. Then I can start building all my characters to level 60, which then will allow me to be as powerful as possible. But at this level, I can already test the character. The only thing that's gonna be off, or like maybe her core passive is not gonna give as big of a buff or something like that. But I can still fairly test the character and give you my thoughts on her. First off, we're gonna start with the pulls. Now my pull plan right now is I did save a lot of pulls because I did reroll for an early Yanagi at the time. I got early Miyabis. I got multiple Miyabis, by the way. Obviously Aramasa was free, so I did get to save a lot of pulls. So we have about, what's that, like 130 pulls, something like that to go with, which is pretty good. And yeah, my plan is pull Astra Yao. I might skip her W engine just because I do have alternatives that are pretty good. They are very competitive. It's not like the S rank beats all. It's one of those characters where you can actually not have the signature and be just fine, honestly. So I am planning, if I get her super early, I might try to go for the W engine, but we do have like 0 pity on both banners, as you can see, 90 here, so 0 pity, and then here as well. 80, so 0 pity. So we're on a, our predicament is not the best. Without further ado, let's get into these pulls and suffer with me. Okay, first 10 pull. I love this song. This song is great. Okay, no early. That would have been too good if we somehow two ace. I don't know if I care about these ace. I forgot to check what they were. 2 Corins. I mean, sure, I don't use her, but I guess I'll get her Mindscapes up. Always hoping for that early pull. Okay, we keep going, of course. This is 30 pity. Nothing. Okay. This is 40 pity. I never get lucky, and one thing that scares me about this game is historically I lose a lot of 50-50s on my main account, and on this account I've also lost a few. So man, it would suck if we not only went to soft pity but also lost a 50-50. Then I would be completely boned for the future, but we'll see. Let's see what we get. Maybe here we can get a little bit of a no. Not looking good. Oh, my polychromes are starting to look kind of bad. Oh god. How much is that? So 30. So we're almost at soft pity territory. They are gonna make me go to soft pity, huh? They're really gonna do that to me. Okay, so we're gonna do singles now. Okay, so now next pull is soft pity. Okay. Oh god, I don't want to look. You know, I don't know if this matters. I don't think it matters, but whenever I'm pulling for a female character and the female singer kicks in, I'm like, oh, maybe it's a female character. Maybe it's a sign. I don't actually know if that matters or if it's random. But oh god, I'm scared. I am honestly scared. Oh no. Oh god. Okay, let's just boom, like a band-aid. Just rip it off. No. Dude, this is like on this account. Oh nah. Like my third arena, I think. I think it's my I lose my 50-50s to arena every time. I can't believe this, man. Yeah, see, M2 Rena. I do use Rena though. I use her with my Aramasa, so it's not wasted. Can I win a 50-50? Can I win one? Just one. All right, well, we're back to suffering. We're just gonna go quickly. Only excitement is, do I beat the pity? We don't beat pities in this house. No, sir, we do not. I don't know about my Evelyn funds now. Okay, we slightly beat the pity. Double S? Of course not. Okay, ooh, I wonder who it is. Alright, well, at least we beat that second pity. I don't recall by how much. Was that like 40 something, I think? She looks so good though. I love this character's design. So I'm gonna go into story time for a bit while I talk about her. So she reminds me of this character called Yor from Spy Family, an anime that I've watched. And I have fond memories of watching it in bed with my wife. Every week once a new episode was out, we'd lie down in bed, watch the latest episode. We liked it so much that for a while, our Discord pictures were I had Lloyd as my picture and she had Yor as hers. And then when we had our first kid, well, we only have one kid. When we had our kid, she changed it to like Yor with Hanya. So I do have like a fondness for Yor, and she kind of reminds me of Yor. So I loved her design, and I mean, obviously she's an attractive character, right? But that similarity to Yor, I quite like her design, and it has that familiarity, that comfortability that I like. Definitely stoked to get Astra Yao. Not that stoked about losing the 50-50, but at least we get useful 50-50s, right? We got our third arena. We needed a third arena, y'all. We definitely needed that copium. So I've pre-farmed a little bit of Astra's stuff. So I'm gonna cut this here and I'll come back once she's built and all that and ready to test. We'll play test her and then I'll give you my thoughts on the character. So see ya in a bit. All right, I'm back and I've built up my Astra a little bit. As you can see, I got her outfit. I think it looks, I do prefer this colorway. I do think the outfit's a bit pricey, but I mean, I do think it looks nice. I do prefer this like colorway. Anyways, I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of how to build her. So for her skills, the first thing you want to level is the core passives, of course, because that's her bread and butter, as well as the EX skill, because again, that is her bread and butter. They're both tied together. After that, I would say the ultimate maybe, and the quick assist last, but also somewhat important. These two, you will see why, but you don't really need to level. I did not get her W engine. I did not get her early, so I lost a 50-50, so I'm not going for that. I'm using Bashful Demon. This is actually an excellent alternative, and I have it at S5, so making it a really, really good alternative. Sometimes this can actually beat out her W engine, I believe, in just like the strength of the buffs that are given out. This is an excellent W engine for her if you don't get her signature, which is nice because in this game I've noticed a lot of characters often need their W engines to perform at their best. Not the case with Astra Yao. If you have a Bashful Demon, if you have a Kaboom the Cannon S5, that's also a good alternative for her. So there are options and I'm going with this one. The only downside of using this one is I can't really use Sokaku and her at the same time, like in a 2-team scenario, because I only have the one S5. I could build up this second one slowly and give it to Sokaku. I might do that. But right now I only have one of these. As for disk drives, the new set that they added recently, the Astral Voice set, is her best 4-piece, obviously, just because gives you attack percent, gives you a pretty substantial damage buff. It's really good. It beats out Swing Jazz, which would have been her second best 4-piece. And then the 2-piece, just use Swing Jazz for the energy regen because her kit needs energy. As for the specifics, you want to stack attack, basically. So as you can see, I did not level the HP or the defense because you don't need these if you don't get hit. So I just decided to save some resources there. Max out your base attack. So the 2-piece you definitely want to max out because it increases your base attack, which then allows your attack percent to go higher. For these two, you definitely want attack percent. And then for this one, it depends. I went with attack percent because essentially I needed more attack. But if you don't need more attack, you can go energy regen. How do you know how much attack you need? It's very simple. If you go to her skills, check out the core passive, right? She will give you a buff of up to 1200 attack, right? Which means that you want to hit the maximum of that buff. How do you know the maximum of that buff? You look at the percentage here. So because I'm only level 50, my percentage is pretty low. It's 30%, which means that if you divide 1200 by 0.3, I need 4000 attack to max out this buff. This is your top priority if you're playing Astra Yao. You want to max out this buff. So I need 4000, but if you're max level, so you'll have the max core passive, it actually gives you 35% of her attack. So divide 1200 by 0.35 and you get 3429 attack roughly. So basically, if you're max level, you need 3429 at least attack to maximize this buff. So if you can get there through like substats, which I will try to get there once I am level 60, you should put a energy regen here because at that point, past the 3429, you're basically wasting that attack that could be used for energy regen. But if you can't get there, then you definitely want an attack percent piece here because that is your top priority. It's hitting that attack threshold. As I mentioned earlier, because I'm not max level, I need 4000 attack. I'm not nowhere close to that. I'm 2860. But you know, for that reason, I went attack percent on all of these pieces. But you know, your mileage may vary. For substats, you basically want attack percent, flat attack if you need those. Again, threshold. If at some point you don't need them anymore, then you want to go crit basically, or anomaly proficiency. I'm going the anomaly proficiency route because I do have a Miyabi team. But yeah, if you either focus on a crit build in terms of substats or an anomaly proficiency build, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too much because her damage is going to be pretty insignificant compared to your main DPS, your sub DPS, etc. Okay, so we're here in free training, and I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of her kit. She's actually the easiest character to play in this game. Maybe to optimize her will be a little bit of tech here and there, but in terms of using her kit, it's like the simplest thing. The basic thing she does is when you use her skill, she goes into this state called idyllic cadenza. When she goes into this state, basically buffs everyone. It gives everyone the attack buff that we talked about in the build section, so up to 1200 attack. It gives everyone a damage percent buff and a crit damage buff. You press one skill and immediately everyone gets these buffs. In addition to that, if you can see here below her portrait, you can see these 4 icons. These are what are called chords. Each one of these lights up for every 25 energy that she has. So right now she has full energy, like 100 energy. So they're all lit up. As you use energy, and we'll see how that happens in a bit, but as you use energy, she loses chords for every 25 energy that she has. One of these lights up. If you press E, she will go into idyllic cadenza, and you immediately basically swap to a different character because that's all you need to do with her. She has like almost no field time. You swap to her, E, and swap out, right? So I use this swap out to Miyabi, right? And as you can see, she's still on field the whole time, but you don't have to worry about her taking damage or anything. When you swap her out and she's in this state, She's invulnerable. She takes no damage. As she's out, she's buffing everyone with the attack to damage percent and the crit damage buff. But also, she does something cool. I've disabled unlimited energy just so you can see how the chords work. So when she goes into Ideally Cadenza, whenever you swap between characters, there's a bit of a cooldown, but overall, whenever you swap between characters, it triggers a quick assist rather than just a normal character swap. And I'll show you that. Every quick assist that you do this way consumes a chord and consumes 25 energy. So typically, that's why you want energy regen, which will give you more chord usages, aka more quick assists. So I'll just show you real quick. I go into Ideally Cadenza, quick swap to her. That used one chord, as you can see here, right? And now if I quick swap to Yanagi, that used another chord. That used another chord. That used another chord. And now she's okay, she did get energy back. So, you know, at full energy, my Astra got me to do basically 6 quick assists. As you can see, her kit is very straightforward. The only other thing that really exists in her kit is her ultimate is interesting. Her ultimate doesn't do a whole lot of things, but one thing it does that no other character in the game does is, actually both of the things that it does, no other characters do, but it heals. So whenever you ult, it will heal the whole team. The other thing that it does is the next time you swap characters, instead of it being a quick assist, it will actually be a chain attack. So if you use her ultimate, she goes into Ideally Cadenza state, and if you swap, the characters do 2 chain attacks instead of quick assists. So these are chain attacks that they just did, and then once you've done those 2 chain attacks, you know, they go back to being quick assists. That is the majority of what her kit does. She's super easy to use. People are memeing that she's just a press E character, and it's kind of true. You know, you just swap her in, E, swap her out, never see her again for a while. It's cool that she's always in field, so it's nice that you get to see her there while she's swapped out. But yeah, her kit is maybe a little too simple, but she is definitely super powerful. She is the first S rank support in the game, and you can tell that she is because no one has a kit more complete than her. Once you take into account all the buffs that she can give you, you know, it's pretty insane, right? She can give you 1200 attack, damage percent, crit damage percent, just from her base kit. In addition to that, she gives everyone these astral stacks that further increase the damage percent. And it's very easy to keep this buff up because it's based on people getting quick assists, which she basically gives everyone for free. And then beyond this, not only does her ultimate heal, it also gives you access to chain attacks outside of the normal circumstances that you would get a chain attack on. Her kit is just busted, but at the same time, it's like maybe a little too simple. But yeah, in a nutshell, her kit is great, but maybe a little too simple to execute on. But it's fine. I love her design. I love her look. I just wish there was a bit more to her gameplay than swapping her in, using an ability, immediately swap her out, and then not use her that much yourself. So I'm going to do one of the Notorious hunts here just to test her out, have some gameplay to show you guys. This is not expert gameplay, by the way. I haven't played her at all outside of the free training that we did, but I'm just going to try her out. I feel like this team's going to be pretty clean because it is Miyabi and Yanagi. Not only are they like a super strong duo, but they work together, just the two of them, really well. It's one of those teams where I used to play them with Sokaku, and I always felt like putting Sokaku in felt a little awkward. Okay. Now, obviously, I'm not getting the Astral buff up right now because I haven't... Or do I? I'm not sure. Okay, that was a little too easy. But I mean, I just wanted a little bit of a, obviously this is an easy fight. This is not supposed to be challenging. I just wanted to get like a bit of a demo going on. Yeah, that's Astra Yao. I'm excited to have her, excited to play her. I wanted to ask you guys, because, you know, this patch just dropped 1.5. Would you be interested in watching a stream, maybe later today or tomorrow, of me going through the patch stuff? Would that interest you? Like, I've been thinking about streaming, but I need to figure it out schedule-wise, like what makes sense, what works the best. And it would be really fun to stream and talk to you guys in real time. But at the same time, if I'm just sitting there and no one's, you know, keeping me company, basically, maybe I wouldn't do it. Yeah, community is bigger, I could do it, but it would be, you know, it would be fun to do this on stream. So let me know if that's something that would interest you. I would love to do streaming. I just want to do it in a way where it makes sense and, you know, people actually have interest in watching that. So I hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time.